I haven't owned a physical game since the PlayStation 2, so when Sony announced they're killing physical discs in 2028, I wasn't angry, I was a bit curious. I went on threads and I asked exactly one question: what PlayStation Store feature would actually make digital only okay for you? Over 20 people showed up, some had real answers, some just wanted to fight, and some have been digital since 2015 and genuinely don't care. So I read every response, grouped them into camps. Here's what the community actually thinks. And the first camp is the loudest one. You own nothing. Digital purchases aren't purchases. They are indefinite rentals Sony can revoke whenever they want. Account banned equals library gone. Store shutdowns equals everything vanishes. This isn't paranoia. The PlayStation 3 era hack took PlayStation Network offline for almost a month. If that happens again with all digital console, you have a very expensive paperweight. I asked the thread what would fix this. Here's what people actually said. The one response put it bluntly: you just license digital games and current legislation lets them just take everything away again if they please. You have a zero control over what should be rightfully yours. Someone else had a list. Being able to back up and move your purchase license on the USB drive with no ability to revoke the copy, a transfer license to another user, borrow games from others, and other went bigger with purchase permanence. As long as Sony exists, so does the ability to download and play games you have purchased. Give us a forever license and the right to play. Every request points the same direction. People want the rights physical discs gave them by default: USB backup, license transfer, forever access. And look, I get it. I haven't bought a disc in 2 decades, but paying $70 for a file you don't actually own, that's a bad deal. No way around it. But ownership is only half the problem. The other half is what happens when exactly one store sells the thing you want to buy. PlayStation has one digital store, no competition, no price pressure, no alternatives. On PC, you can shop Steam, GOG, Epic, Humble, Fanatical, Greenman Gaming. So you want a deal, you find a deal. PlayStation 5, you pay Sony's price or you don't play. And one person put it even better: my biggest issue is that PlayStation Store is the only option to buy digital games, while on PC, I'm not forced to buy from just Steam. On PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, I have a one storefront. If I don't like the price, I have no other option outside of discs. Someone else went even further: more storefronts not controlled by Sony. But that's exactly what they wanted, so that's never gonna happen. And then there was another: let people resell their digital keys to someone else. Hell, Sony could even take a small fee just so they get a cut. That one really stuck with me. People aren't asking for handouts, they're asking for a market. Sony built a store without the rights physical discs gave you and called it a convenience. No refunds worth using, no reselling, no competition, one price, and you have to eat it.
Eat my shit.
But here's where it gets complicated. Not everyone showed up for the fight. There's a quiet third camp. These people went digital years ago. No nostalgia for discs, no anger. They just want the experience to suck less. Someone said they've been digital only since 2015 and they're already good. Another person said there's nothing wrong with it currently and they went digital back when Steam came out. Their concerns are practical, like better refunds, free online multiplayer instead of locking it behind subscription, cloud saves, and streaming access in every country. And someone had a price limit: no digital games above $30. That's their big sticking point. And honestly, these people have a point. If you committed to digital years ago, a fight about discs sounds like a fight about something you already left behind. Their position isn't wrong, it's just different. They made peace with the trade-off. But then there's a fourth camp: the ones who aren't negotiating. No disc equals no buy. I'm not paying for a download, and if this industry goes all digital, it's hard out for me. One person said it straight: I switched from PC to console because I wanted physical games. Once PlayStation becomes just another PC, I'll switch to Steam machine. Here's the thing: Sony knows these people will leave. They ran the numbers. A physical disc have manufacturing costs, shipping, retail splits. Digital has none of that, but losing some buyers while gaining near 100% margins on every digital sale.
That's a spreadsheet decision, not an emotional one.
Sony didn't forget about these buyers. Sony decided their money wasn't worth the cost of keeping discs alive. So after hundreds of people saw my post and over 20 responses, what's the actual answer? Every feature request, every demand, every ultimatum, they're all pointing to one thing: the community doesn't trust Sony with the monopoly. Refunds, reselling, license permanence, these aren't new ideas. They are rights physical disc gave you by default. that digital stripped away. And the question was never what features would fix this. The question is, why weren't these features from day one? What would actually flip opinions? Not a one feature, but pretty much all of them together. A license permanence with legal guarantees, a resale market where Sony gets a cut, a third-party storefront on PlayStation hardware. Is Sony going to do any of this? Probably not. That's the bar. That's what it would take. The hard no camp will never flip, and that's fine. They made their call. But most people in that thread weren't against digital. They were against digital without right. Give people ownership, give them a market, and then digital only isn't threat anymore. It's an actual option. So what's the one thing that would flip your opinion on digital only? Not the ideal world answer, the realistic one. What would actually get you to say, fine, okay, I buy digital? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear it. Thanks for the time. See you in the next one. Back to the grind.